Richard Caruthers. Rich Little is a Canadian-American impressionist and voice actor, nicknamed the Man of 1,000 Voices, by voice actor Mel Blanc. Early life: Little was born in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, the middle of three sons of Elizabeth Maud and Lawrence Peniston Little, a doctor. In his early teens, he formed a partnership with Jeff Scott, another budding impressionist, concentrating on reproducing the voices of Canadian politicians such as then Prime Minister John Diefenbaker and Ottawa Mayor Charlotte Whitton. They were performing professionally in nightclubs by age 17. Career: Little was an usher at the Elgin Movie Theatre in Ottawa, where he would perfect his voices while standing at the back of the theatre. He started his amateur acting career at Ottawa's Little Theatre, winning his first acting award at the Eastern Ontario Drama Festival in Deep River, Ontario. He went on to become a successful disc jockey, frequently incorporating impersonations into his show. In 1963, he was asked to audition by Mel Blanc Copyright, who was producing a new variety show for Judy Garland. The audition won him the job, and in 1964, Little made his American television debut on CBS's The Judy Garland Show, where he imitated various male celebrities, including James Mason in A Star is Born. In 1966 and 1967, Little appeared in ABC TV's Judy Carney sitcom Love on a Rooftop as the Willys' eccentric neighbor, Stan Parker. He appeared on That Girl in 1967 as a writer who impressed Marlo Thomas' character with his impersonations. He also made two memorable appearances as accident-prone brother Paul Leonardi on The Flying Nun in 1968. It marked one of his few appearances as a character actor rather than an impressionist. In 1969 he appeared in an episode of Petticoat Junction as newly engaged fiancé to Billie Joe in Billie Joe and the Big Big Star. Little was a frequent guest on variety and talk shows. With Johnny Carson he captured The Tonight Show host's voice and many on-stage mannerisms. One of his best-known impressions is of U.S. President Richard Nixon during the 1970s. Little made many television appearances portraying Nixon. He was a regular guest on the Dean Martin Celebrity Roasts in the 1970s and was also a semi-regular on the Emmy-winning ABC TV variety series The Julie Andrews Hour in 1972 73. In response to his imitation of Jack Benny, the comedian sent Little an 18-karat gold money clip containing this message: "With Bob Hope doing my walk and you doing my voice, I can be a star and do nothing." He was named Comedy Star of the Year by the American Guild of Variety Artists in 1974. Little's best-known continuing TV series was The Copycats, hour-long segments of the ABC Comedy Hour, first broadcast in 1972. Taped in England, these comedy variety shows consisted entirely of celebrity impersonations, with the actors in full costume and makeup for every sketch. The cast included Little, Frank Gorshin, Marilyn Michaels, George Kirby, British comedian Joe Baker, Frederick Travelner, Charlie Collars and Peter Goodright. The Rich Little Show and The New You Asked For It were attempts to present Little in his own person, away from his gallery of characterizations. Little also appeared on a second-season episode of The Muppet Show. In 1981 Little appeared in a comedy LP called The First Family Rides Again, which was the fourth and final First Family comedy LPs originally created by Bob Booker and Earl Dowd. Little starred along with Melanie Chartoff, Mike Heel Richards, Shelley Black, Jenna Lee Harrison, Earl Dowd, and Vaughn Meader, making light of U.S. President Ronald Reagan's years in the White House. Little has starred in various HBO specials including the 1978 one-man show, Rich Little's Christmas Carol. He has also appeared in several movies and released 9 albums. When David Niven proved too ill for his voice to be used in his appearances in Trail of the Pink Panther and Curse of the Pink Panther, Little provided the overdue. He rendered similar assistance for the 1991 TV special Christmas at the Movies by providing an uncredited dub for actor-dancer Gene Kelly, who had lost his voice. As a native Canadian, he also lent his voice to the narration of 2 specials which were the forerunners for the animated series The Raccoons, The Christmas Raccoons and The Raccoons on Ice. Little was the host for the 2007 White House Correspondents' Association dinner. Although President George W. Bush was reported to have enjoyed Little's performance, It was panned by some reviewers for his ancient jokes and impressions of dead people. Little voices as a guest star in Futurama such as Futurama, Bender's Game, playing his own celebrity head, This Is Rich Little, impersonating Howard Cosell. Many times he plays a sports commentator. Other interests: Little has been active in several charities including the Juvenile Diabetes Fund and the Children's Miracle Network. He has been named to Miami Children's Hospital International Pediatrics Hall of Fame and been honored by the naming of the Rich Little Special Care Nursery at Ottawa Civic Hospital. Personal life: Little was married to Jeanne Worden from 1971 until their divorce in 1989. Jeanne had a daughter, Briar. He married Jeanette Markey in 1994. They divorced in 1997. He was married to Marie Moroder from 2003 until her death in 2010. He married his fourth wife, Catherine Brown, in a private ceremony in 2012. Rich had a daughter from a previous relationship. Lindsay Cottrell, born in 1988. Little resides in Las Vegas, where he often performs. He was sworn in as an American citizen in a Las Vegas courtroom on January 10, 2008. In 1998, a Golden Palm Star on the Palm Springs, California, Walk of Stars was dedicated to him. References. External links: Official website, Rich Little at the Internet Movie Database, Rich Little appearance on Vegas Video Network.